Jess Kingman here with KGI Capital. I wanted to come on today and just, I saw a property that was for sale and I wanted to talk about it a little bit because I think that there are some really good lessons in this property and I wanted to share them with you. It's really important as a LP, as a passive investor, to make sure that if you are investing with a sponsor team who does value add projects and distressed projects and anything like that, you want to make sure that they have a strong track record in doing well at that. I was looking at a property that was in Texas in a growing area, all good so far, and it had been recently renovated. Now, when I say renovated, I say it more like renovated. When I actually looked at their renovations and looked at the photos that they took of the updated units, I was shocked. Quite honestly, the classic units looked better than the updated units. And that's really unfortunate. They're trying to sell it right now and they're going to have a really hard time getting anywhere near where they want to sell it at. I saw poor quality workmanship everywhere. There were things that could have been super easily fixed, just simple quality control, but it was bad. Like I would have to go into that property if I had bought it and fix everything they already did. And I wouldn't be able to trust anything they did when they owned the property because of how poor quality the renovation was. This was a disservice to the residents that live there because they probably updated all the units and then jacked the rent up on them, but they didn't really add any actual value because the renovation wasn't good. This was in an area that had high demand and was a growing area. Luckily for the sponsors who own it currently, they probably are getting to ride a little bit of that path of growth appreciation, so that will help them. But because the renovations were not done very well and the design and aesthetic of it was terrible, they're still going to struggle. Because they didn't truly add very much value to the property, it's going to be a tough sell for them to get anywhere near where they want. Now, maybe this was their first investment property, but if you are new to this space as a general partner or as a limited partner, you want to make sure that whoever's running these renovations knows what they're doing and knows how to manage contractors, because ultimately it is your responsibility as the sponsor of a property to make sure that those renovations go as they should and actually add value to the property. Otherwise, you are going to lose investors' money, and that is bad. No one wants that. If you've never done any design work before or designed any interiors before, or that is just not your strong suit, do not try to do it alone. Find somebody who is good at it and let them help you make the property beautiful, make the property functional, and make sure that the property is going to have the value added that you need in order to complete your value add plan. Many of these types of properties will get to the market in the next few months, and it's going to be a race to the bottom for these types of properties. And these owners, they're going to have to decide sooner or later if they're going to take the hit on their price expectations now or take a bigger hit later, because the Fed doesn't seem to be cutting interest rates anytime soon. And this is going to continue to put downward pressure on those prices that they're asking for. So it was definitely an interesting property to look at, and we passed on it, in case you were wondering, because they wanted way too much for little to no value that they added, unfortunately. So hopefully for their sake, they're able to exit and keep their investors happy, but we definitely won't be the buyers for that one. Please make sure that you're not doing everybody a disservice by doing a shoddy renovation and value add to a property. It doesn't help anyone, and it's not good for residents, it's not good for investors, and it's not good for you, because then that is your reputation. Nobody wants to invest or work with somebody who cuts corners or does poor work in general. So please just always do the highest quality work that is possible. Keep this in mind for your next investment, and hopefully this will be a learning lesson for some newbies out there who may not have considered this when looking for sponsors to invest with. Speaking of sponsors, if you want to learn more about our company, I have a link below this video where you can set up a time to chat with me and we can learn more about each other, see what your goals are for the year for your investments, and see if we're a good fit. I'll also include a link to our weekly newsletter below. Its sole purpose is to help you become an expert at passive investing so that you can make informed investment decisions, not lose money, and make the most from your investments in real estate. Thanks so much for watching, and subscribe so that you can see our next video. Bye!